Please don't crucify me for not dressing up nice. This is called an everyday look, and to be honest, I wear this every single day. It's also super cold out. It's summer and it's like 50 degrees, so we'll just have to get over it. So this is an updated everyday makeup routine. I did this like a couple of years ago, back in 2017, I believe. It was like one of my very first YouTube videos. I believe it was like my second video that I ever posted to this channel. So if you guys want to go watch that, you can. This is just a little updated one. Starting off with primer. If any of you like watch my makeup tutorials, then you're probably gonna see a pattern because I use the same. I am using the Benefit Professional, and I'm just gonna put that all over my face. Now I go on to the eyes because I always do my eye makeup first. To prime my eyes, I am using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk, and I just draw this all over my eyes. I basically just like color my eyelid as so, and then just blend it in. This is an old favorite because when I first started watching like beauty gurus and, you know, makeup videos, this is what they use to prime their eyes. Also, I mainly like doing my eyes first so that I can let my primer like set in, you know, all those terms. As far as everyday makeup goes, I always do like a natural eyeshadow look, but it's never really the same. I always use like different shades and palettes. The palette that I've been using lately is this Morphe palette. This is the 35G Bronze Goals palette, and I love this. This is my very first Morphe palette that I've ever owned. I got it back in March, and it's like perfect for summer. So I usually take this first shade over here. It is called Glare, and I kind of like not set it, but I do put it all over my lid because there's no white shade that's matte. It's just glitter-ish. So I just use this, and to be honest, I really don't care what brush I use. That's why we got rid of the beauty in my YouTube name. Usually what I will do, and I do switch it up with my eyeshadow like I said, but first few steps, this is kind of what I do like every single day. So yeah, I take this shade over here, which is called Sandy, and I put that in my crease. Just blend that out. It just got darker. It has been raining all day, and I wanted to film 2 videos today. Did that happen? No, but
at least we got 1 video today.
So after, I usually take this shade over here, which is called Deserted, and I also put that in my crease, but I put it above my crease because I have, what's it called? I'm forgetting the name. It's not Hallowed Eyes. You know what I'm talking about though. Anyways, my point is I'm trying to like create a crease. Can't believe I forgot the name of everything. This is what happens when you like barely make beauty videos anymore. And I don't appreciate the fact that it's getting darker in here by the minute. I might have to turn on a light. This is a flop, just like my channel. And then this is kind of where I change it up a little bit every time. It really depends. But today I am taking this shade over here, and that is called, I don't know if it's pronounced like naked or necked. It's Nekked. I don't know if they want me to pronounce it as naked or necked or naked or something. But I'm putting that in my outer corner. I'm blending that out. I'm just blending. Now I'm just gonna put a glitter shade, glitter. That's what I meant to say. Now I'm gonna put a little glitter shade in the center of my lid. We're gonna mix it up a bit. Do a little rose gold thing today, I guess. Oh no, it wore off. Okay, well, anyways, look at that dent that I just created in that eyeshadow. So apparently like some of the names like wore off of here. I decided to like tape it on so that I know the shades for like if I ever do a tutorial, and some of them wore off, so I don't know. I'm going to be taking this dark gold shade over here, and I'm going to apply it on my lid with my finger. And there's one side. And then I'm taking this other brush, and then I'm just like blending it. I'm actually going to the Luke Bryan concert next week at Gillette Stadium, and there is a 90% chance that I am using this palette. Now I'm gonna take this shade. I've never done this before where I kind of like did a little combining of colors, you know, but I'm taking this shade right over here, this little like bright sparkly pink shade, and I'm putting that like directly in the center of my lid to create like this hopefully rose gold thing. Also, I feel like the glitter shades are best used with your finger, so that's why I apply it with my finger. Let me try another finger. It's starting to show up a little bit now. There are so many shades in this palette that I do like to try to use more than one shade, you know. The palette is done for now, and I'm going to take this again and I'm going to blend out everything. And then I usually finish like the other stuff later, like lower lash line, inner corner, all that stuff. Now we are going into foundation, and if any of you have watched my other makeup videos before, you would see that I always use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is the best foundation for me, not even joking. Like, it's so good. It's like my favorite foundation. It's like better than like the high-end foundations, and that's saying a lot because this stuff is only $5. So, and I also switched over to the Real Techniques sponge. I do still have my beauty blenders, of course. I decided to give the Real Techniques a try, and I actually really like it so far. Does anyone else just like take out their nose ring, like do their makeup? If you have a nose ring, of course, because sometimes it just gets in the way. Blending for like 5,000 hours. The lighting keeps going in and out, so apologies for that. So now we are going on to concealer, and this is a recent purchase, but it is my favorite concealer, honestly. Like, this is definitely something that I'm going to repurchase. This is the Jeffree Star concealer. I did a first impression / review on the concealer and the powder. The concealer I absolutely love. It is so good. I use it in the shade C8 and then down the bridge of my nose, and it blends out like so nice and easy. I absolutely love it. For the powder, if you watched my first impressions video, then you would already kind of know the powder is not my favorite thing. I don't think it's really perfect for like oily skin, or at least for me it isn't. What I decided I'm going to do is I am only going to use the powder in like the summertime when I'm like really tan, because I did get the banana shade, which is like fine, but at the same time it's like very yellow on me, which I should have expected. I mean, I got banana, and I was like so like afraid that it wasn't gonna work because it is yellow. It does leave like a yellow cast on my face. It's just like really annoying, and like I said, it's not meant for oily skin. Well, I don't think it's meant for oily skin unless I'm doing something wrong, but unless I only wear makeup for like a very short period of time, unfortunately the powder doesn't work for me. So, but that's just me. I've heard everyone else has loved it. So, but for powder, this is honestly like my favorite setting powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in the shade Light. It's the loose finishing powder, and I use this to bake, and it works really well. I really enjoy it a lot. The good part about the Real Techniques sponge is that it's flat on this side, so it's much easier to bake, whereas like my beauty blenders, I have two separate ones, one for baking and one for foundation and concealer, because it's just easier that way. But this one I can use both, so it's very nice. So there we go. And while I wait for that to bake, I actually go on to my brows. So as far as like my everyday makeup routine, I only use one brow pencil. On the daily, I usually use the Anastasia brow pencil. I just personally prefer brow pencils. Really need to find a good gel for my brows because they do like go all over the place throughout the day. I do need to look into that. So if you guys have any good recommendations for like a clear brow gel, let me know. For my brows are trash right now. I need to get them waxed. But I haven't had time to, so it's been a little bit, but they never match. They always look bad. I've just come to accept it because I don't know how to do my brows. There is a perfect little box brow right over here, and I can assure you that this side is gonna look nothing like this side. Stay tuned. Alright, so I quickly did my brows and I look like a literal crazy person right now. So now we're gonna wipe off the bake, and I actually use this brush. This is the brush that I use for my bronzer, and then this is what I use to wipe it away because it's just like much denser, so it's easier. Going to wipe this bake away. I still have more powder, so I am going to set the rest of my face. I will admit I do kind of like cake on the powder when I do my makeup just because I have very oily skin. Alright, so I think I put enough powder on my face, but on an everyday basis I usually use this Maybelline Fit Me powder. Sometimes I will just use like a regular pressed powder, and I will usually set my face with this as well. Going on to bronzer now. We all love Benefit Hoola bronzer, so this is what I typically will use. And I am taking this brush out because it's more dense and everything, and it just works really well. I'm pretty confident that in the first everyday makeup video, I did use the same bronzer and blush that I'm going to talk about. That's okay. And then now I am going in with my Rock Couture blush from Benefit, and again, pretty confident that I put this in the first makeup video. Okay, so I just had to rummage around looking for my highlighters because I put my Jeffree Star highlighters in my Kylie Cosmetics box and it's like right over here on my desk, but I completely forgot that it was there. For everyday highlighter, I of course use Jeffree Star because he has the best highlighters, I think. This is in the shade Sarcophagus. I use this in a lot of my videos. It is a great highlight. Like, let me just do a little swatch for you, shall we? That's just on my finger. I have this Real Techniques brush, and I had another brush that I used before. It was an eyeshadow brush, but it was big enough to use as a highlighting brush, so I used it. And if you guys haven't been subscribed to me for a long time, or at least within the last couple months, I did go see Ariana Grande in concert. My friend Kaylee was with me. She flew all the way from New York, and we went to the show together, and we did some videos for our YouTube channels. Did a get ready with me for my channel, and then we swapped makeup bags in her channel. She came home and she was like, so I have your highlighter brush. And I was like, great. She was like, I can mail it back to you. And I was like, it's okay. So for a couple weeks since that moment, I had to try and find a highlighter brush that would work good. But this one works fine. I mean, do you see that glow? This is like a really good highlighter brush. And now we will go back to the eyes because I usually like to use my highlighter for like a brow highlight and an inner corner highlight. So that's what I will use. Sometimes I use like an eyeshadow for my eyeshadow palette, but I'm gonna go back in with this shade over here and I'm just gonna put that on my lower lash line just to keep it like natural, bronzy, summery, all that kind of stuff. Eyeshadow is officially done now. So now we are going in with eyeliner and mascara, and I never use liquid liner. If you're new to my channel, that's something you should know. I never really use like actual eyeliner. I just use pencil liner and I put it on my waterline and tight line just because one, I suck at doing eyeliner, and two, I just don't think it really looks that good on me. And especially when I do it, I always do like too thick of a line or whatever. I have hooded eyes. That's what I meant to say earlier when I was talking about my eye shape and everything. I just never do it, especially my everyday makeup routine. I don't have the time to do that. I just have this NYX brown pencil over here and I put it in my waterline and tight line. And this is a new favorite that I've tried in the past and then I just like never went back to it, but I decided to buy it. And this is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara, and this mascara is so good. Alright, now on to the second to last step for everyday use. I usually go between these two lipsticks. This is the Celebrity Skin Lip by Jeffree Star, and then this is the Milani lipstick in the shade Matte Naked, and I always go between these two. I think today I'm gonna stick to Jeffree Star because this is probably what I use the most. Final step, setting spray. So this is the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. I am unfortunately almost out of this. I need to repurchase it. This is like $9 for this little bottle. So it's really, really good. This is my favorite setting spray. I highly recommend it if you are looking for a drugstore one and you also have oily skin like me. So... And 54 minutes later, and here we are with the everyday makeup routine. Alright guys, so this is the finished look over here. It has been a long time since I have done like an in-depth makeup video like this, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm not saying that I'm like leaving beauty videos forever, but they're not like my main focus anymore, so it's nice to kind of go back, you know? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Leave me requests for what you want to see. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!